and we're live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Live from the GME studio, it's Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Are you an entrepreneur who has felt like you were all alone on your business adventure? Well, you're in the right place.
You know, being an entrepreneur can be lonely and challenging at times, looking for people to bounce ideas off of and get feedback.
Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs,
the show designed by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs just like you.
Keep watching for your dose of entrepreneurial fun with the Roving Reporters and, of course, Kim and Carrie.
As we like to say around here, buckle up, Buttercup.
Good morning, entrepreneurs, and welcome to show number 124. I am so glad that you have joined us today. I am your host, Jill Olish, filling in for Kim White, and I am joined by the interview king, Adam Rothenberg. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Jill. I am so excited for today's show and thrilled to be co-hosting with you this morning.
Me too. Very, very happy to be here.
Yes. You know, Jill, when I started I guess I'm going to give a confession first before we jump into things. Let me give you a confession. When I started my entrepreneurial journey, there wasn't a show like Good Morning Entrepreneurs for me to watch to get information about entrepreneurship. I really had to search the internet to find people similar to me. I am so grateful that we have GME as a resource for entrepreneurs, creators, and business owners to gather information and ask questions. So I say, let's head over to the land that we live in, Entrepreneur Land, and get this party started.
Woo-hoo. Let's go. All right. Well, our theme today in Entrepreneurland, like you said, Adam, is where we live, is delegation is a superpower. And I have gotten to have a lot of conversations with Kim about delegating because I've been on the receiving end of what delegating looks like and am still practicing on how to delegate. One of my favorite conversations that we have had is on the Buckets and Boom Gates podcast about delegating, and I wish I could find the number quick enough to tell you out loud, but it is on there in season 2 of all kinds of good information about delegating. And the biggest thing is we try to do it before we're actually ready, and when we know the steps, or we think we know the steps, and then hand off something super important to find out that we might not have been ready to do that yet. So when we really know those steps, that's when it turns into the superpower, because we're able to then move on into something totally different than we were expecting to, and to level up our businesses in a different way. So it's something that we can really utilize once we have really gotten good at what our process is and giving instructions.
Yes. I would say delegation is definitely a superpower to have. I have been on the receiving end of delegation from both you and Kim on the team side of things. And I always appreciate the instructions that you do give me in order to set me up for success to do the job on my own and not have to always ask 20 questions about how to do something. So it definitely is a superpower, and one that does take practice. And I do look forward to the day when I get to delegate something to somebody.
So do I. Outside of the team, you know?
Yes.
Our own teams.
But one thing we do delegate is the GME Chronicles, which you do such a fantastic job with. And the GME Chronicles is our living proof of the things that we got done collectively as a community. And we hope that the GME Chronicles inspire you in a variety of ways. One, to show you what's possible, what you can do in your business. If you want to let your clients or customers know what has been happening in your business, we hope you get inspiration from how we do it, and maybe it's something that you want to do. So I think we should head into the GME Chronicles and see what has happened in this past week.
Thank you, Kim and team. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the GME Chronicles. My name is Jill Olish, and we have some updates for you today, September 12th, 2025. The GME Chronicles is a celebration of moving the needle in our businesses, and we want to share these numbers out loud with you, not to show off, but to show what's possible when we come together in business. To catch you up, we had 8 Pilates classes with Kat in Small Space Pilates. I held the Mama Outspoken Village Gathering, a community space for moms in their postpartum season. Yvonne hosted the Age Agitators Club Gathering, where she's bringing together women ready to smash their midlife funk, share stories, cheer each other on, and take bold action to rock their next chapter. My Sexy Business held 2 sessions of website royalty, the place to get your Kajabi website questions answered within the My Sexy Business community. They also held rounds 34 and 35 of Fire Up Mastermind, the mastermind for fierce leaders who are ready to serve hard, use irresistible, not creepy marketing, build relational businesses, and truly empower others. 2 sessions of Showtime Mastermind, the mastermind built with accountability and strategy to launch or level up your show, podcast, or a live stream, making your process smoother, faster, and more impactful. There were also 2 sessions of Simple Publishing, the mastermind that gives you the tools to format and publish your edited work beautifully, even if you've never done it before. And 2 sessions of Groundwork Brigade Mastermind, the Choose Your Own Adventure Business Mastermind with real-time strategy, tech help, and accountability. Kat posted a new blog, Unveiling the Truth, Military Sexual Trauma and Advocacy. And Donna posted a new blog, Tools that earn their grill marks at barbecue outdoor parties. Great gift ideas. Donna hosted the Big Show and Tell, how sustainable branded merch and gifts build your business. And as Donna likes to say, it's not about increasing your budget, it's about changing your strategy. My Sexy Business went live with show 123 of Good Morning Entrepreneurs, as well as a special Labor Day message. Be sure to subscribe to the My Sexy Business YouTube channel, as well as the other Roving Reporters YouTube channels, so you're never missing an upcoming show or new clips. Check out the latest season of Mama Outspoken podcast, where my husband Bobby and I open up real conversations about postpartum struggle and parenthood, reminding moms and families alike that healing and hope is possible. Head to your favorite podcatcher to listen, along with these podcasts, SEO Day, Mucked Up My Self-Care, 5 and 15 Interviews Leadership Series, Buckets and Boom Gates, Bearing It All with Call Me Adam, Sisters in Service, and Late Bloomer Living. On Clubhouse, Adam and Denise hosted the My Sexy Business Not Creepy Room, which currently has 1,300 members, and we held the 51st and 52nd Walk and Talks in the community. You can connect with the Roving Reporters through the GME directory. Head over to mysexybusiness.com/GME, and you can connect with everyone there. This all brings our number to 28, making our grand total 6,864 amazing things done collectively by this community in just 3 years and counting. We look forward to more updates coming up next week. If you are ready to join in on the fun around here, you can find us coming up at Website Royalty, the place to get your Kajabi website questions answered within the My Sexy Business community. Kitchen to Kitchen, a space to apply the sticky note time process in the kitchen, from batch cooking to food prep and easy recipes. And Sticky Note Time Accountability, the place where Kim and I walk you through the process that we do to manage our tasks and goal set, making things a little easier when our life gets extremely sticky. You can also find us wherever we're meeting in the community in places like the Clubhouse audio app, Buckets and Boom Gates Studio, Good Groundwork Brigade Mastermind, Kitchen to Kitchen, The Walk and Talk, and wherever you're watching now for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Be sure to check out the events calendar at mysexybusiness.com/events for upcoming events and more information. Back to you in the GME studio.
Oh my God, Jill, that was amazing. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to the numbers. And I just want to highlight my new mug that my parents gave me for my 50th birthday. It
I
said,
love it.
making the world a better place since 1975.
Oh, it's beautiful. Adam, I love that.
Well, thank you. And the other thing I wanted to just say about the Jamie Chronicles too is that it's also a celebration. You can use it as a celebration for your wins as well. So if you're looking for a way to celebrate things that you got done in your business, you can make a Chronicles as well.
That's a great idea, Adam.
Thank you. You know, Yvonne has spent a lot of time helping people tell their story, whether that's through her photography or her podcast. Everyone has a brand. So I think we should actually, I have to remember that I'm doing double duty today. I have to let everybody know that I am supposed to be sharing slides and co-hosting at the same time. And I completely forgot that I am supposed to be sharing slides. So let me share this slide before we go any further.
Like this is delegated to yourself, Adam, which I love. And
yes, I am delegating this to myself. Okay. Here we go.
Beautiful.
All right. So as I was saying, Yvonne has spent a lot of time helping people tell their story, whether that's through her photography or podcast. Everyone has a brand. So let's head into entrepreneurship later in life with Yvonne Marchese and find out what is a personal brand and why does it matter?
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is Yvonne Marchese coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. I'm your resident age agitator here to talk about midlife entrepreneurship. Let's have a heart-to-heart about something that's often met with mixed feelings, especially for older entrepreneurs. Let's talk about personal branding. Ew. I know, I get it. It might feel like bragging or putting on a dog and pony show, but here's something to think about. Every one of us already has a personal brand, whether it's shaped by others or by our own words and deeds. I mean, think about it. When you need advice, who do you listen to? Someone with a proven track record, right? Chances are that person probably has a strong personal brand. Here's the scoop on successful self-promotion. First, you got to know your strengths and own your accomplishments. Be real about what you bring to the table. But this isn't the time to fake it till you make it. There's no need to put on a show. It should come as a relief to know that you are enough exactly as you are. And remember, stories matter. Sharing your own experiences, the ups and downs, it makes you relatable and trustworthy. And relating your story to what you're able to do for your customer, that's where the magic comes in. Embracing personal branding can be a bit overwhelming, especially for older entrepreneurs. But you know what? It's time to kick that self-doubt to the curb and step into our power. Personal branding is your secret weapon, and you have the power to wield it. So let's do this. I'll be back next week to talk about how to get started. As a photographer, I help clients all the time to tell their personal brand story through the images on their websites and social media. But the real work starts before a single camera click. I can't wait to take a deeper dive into that. But until then, back to you, Kim and Carrie.
God, I think what she had to say about kicking self-doubt to the curb is such a important thing, especially for entrepreneurs and business owners, because we get in our heads all the time about, I'm talking too much about myself or something along those lines. And I really resonate with the kicking the self-doubt to the curb.
Yvonne does a great job of relating to anyone at any age in entrepreneurship and giving us that kind of bit of a calm of it's okay that we get to do this little bit of spotlight for ourselves to build something. So, yeah.
And another way that Yvonne shares the spotlight and helps promote personal brands is through her podcast, Late Bloomer Living. She talks to so many incredible people on her podcast. And oh my gosh, I shared the wrong slide. Hold on one second. Wait a minute. I'm gonna get this right today.
While you're doing that, I'll talk a little bit about it. I think she does bring this information that she gave today to her podcast with her guests, where she's getting that kind of that pull out of them to see what did they do when they were building their businesses, or what hurdles did they overcome, and delivers that to us listening and helping us feel a little bit more confident in what we get to accomplish in our entrepreneurial adventure too.
Yes. And I do want to let everybody know too that season 6 of her podcast just launched the other day. So you can go listen to the first episode of the new season now. And if you haven't had a chance to listen to her past seasons, go ahead and listen to those. Or if there's an episode you want to catch up on, now's a good time to catch up on them too.
Awesome.
You know, one place you'll definitely want to incorporate your personal brand is on your website.
Yes.
And if you don't know how to build a website, the My Sexy Business community has you covered. We offer a very special place called Website Royalty, where it's hosted by Kim White and the findability queen herself, Denise Millet. And that is where you can get your website tech questions answered if you use Kajabi as your website platform. And we are going to share with you how you can sign up for Website Royalty. So if you go to the My Sexy Business website here and scroll down to,
hold on, Adam.
Oh, thank you, Jill. Let me
You
see.
might just need to get it back up there.
Hold on one second. Here we go. Okay. Thank you for your help.
Yeah.
So if you go to the My Sexy Business website and scroll down to Website Royalty, you'll see the tile for Website Royalty. And you click on that tile and it will take you to the page. And there's a video of Kim and Jill talking about Website Royalty. And if you sign up for Kajabi through the My Sexy Business affiliate link, you will get a year of Website Royalty for free. And currently, Website Royalty is taking place every Thursday at 8 a.m. Central Time in the My Sexy Business community. So if you need to get your questions answered, your Kajabi website questions answered, this is the place to come to get those questions answered.
Mm-hmm. And right now, if I'm not mistaken, Denise and Kim are hitting YouTube pretty hard right now with doing some lives about Website Royalty as well. So even if you are on the fence about joining this, because you've heard it a few times being talked about already, go to the YouTube channel, My Sexy Business Team, and check out some of the lives that they're doing. Subscribe so you get notifications when they get back to it later this week or next week. And get some information about it, because it's definitely something to learn more about.
Hold on one second. I thought I was sharing the YouTube slide. I think I'm going to share it. I think I'm about to share it now.
Okay.
Here it is. So if you
Fantastic.
go here to the My Sexy Business Team, like Jill just said, click subscribe so you get all the notifications.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Adam.
You're welcome. We're going to get this sharing right today at some point during the show. Well, speaking of the findability queen, Thing that I have learned from Denise is that there are a lot of things that there's a lot of components that go into making your website more findable. And your website is a great resource for your clients and customers. So let's take a look at Denise's segment on helping entrepreneurs be findable online and hear what she has to say about why do I need links on my website.
So what purpose do links serve on web pages and content pieces?
The purpose is that they support knowing where to go for more information or to answer the next question the person's going to have. So, or a question that they encounter while they're reading your content. So if it's your homepage, you're going to have maybe a video or an audio or whatever, but you're also going to have some text about you, and they're going to say, well, I want to know more about her. Maybe I'll go to the about page up in the menu. Or maybe you're in a blog post and you use a term that they've never heard before. And by having a link, they don't have to go do the lookup to get to the dictionary. They can just go real quick and open that window and say, oh, that's what that means. And come back. You know, so you really want to, it's an assistance thing for your readers, for whoever's consuming your content to satisfy what their next choice is or what their next thing might be that you've given them in your content.
I think what Denise has to say about the importance of having links on your website is so important. And I actually have like a quick living proof example of why you need this. So I do have an about page on my website, thanks to Denise. And the one thing that I just want to remind everybody is to keep that about page up to date, because a few months ago, I had somebody feature me in their newsletter and they got some outdated information. And when I asked them where they got that outdated information from, they said it was from my website on my about page. And I went to it and I saw that I hadn't updated it in quite a while. So for as much as I love my about page, it's now on my calendar to make sure I go there periodically to make sure that it is up to date.
That's a great example, Adam. And along with those things, she has amazing information that she can offer us in her podcast, SEO Day. And not just, Adam, what you've done in suggesting that your calendar set you up for updating yourself on your about page frequently, but Denise has set up her SEO Day podcast as a way for you to add to your calendar to do your SEO work for your website, and spend every Tuesday with her, if you're able to delegate to yourself those tasks of making sure your website is up to date each week.
And I love that while you're listening to Denise's podcast, you can actually do the steps that she's talking about, which is why she says to make Tuesday your SEO day.
I love it. So catch her every week on your favorite podcatcher.
And you know, Jill, after working on your website for a few hours, you are going to want to get up and stretch.
Yes.
So I am going to try to share this slide successfully. Hey, how about that? I got the right one.
Yay!
So as entrepreneurs, we do sit for extended periods of time, and stretching is a very important activity that we need to incorporate into our day. And I can't wait to see what exercises the freaking fabulous Kat Corchado has in store for us today. It rediscovers stretches in health and wellness for entrepreneurs.
Thanks, Kim. Hi, everybody. We are going to rediscover our stretches for entrepreneurs who sit just a little bit too long. We are going to start with the top of the head. Well, actually the head and the neck. So what I want you to do is take one hand and place it right on your chin here to keep your chin in place. Take your other hand behind your head, keeping the chin here. Lift your head up, like you're almost stretching your neck. Don't go down with your chin. Keep it here. And release. You can do that as many times as you want. Make sure that this is an appropriate stretch for you. And I'll have more stretches next week. So until next time, back to you in the GME studio.
Oh my God, Jill, we have to somehow figure out how to get video of the green room and all of us doing the stretches this cat is showing us. And I did feel the stretch in my neck. I was able to do it twice during the segment. And I'm glad Kat gave that tip about not tilting your chin down, because I felt myself tilting my toe. I had to revisit. So thank you, Kat, for that extra tip in the video.
Yeah.
And you know, the GME videos that Kat does is just one place that you can get some great information from Kat. But another place that Kat offers her expertise is through her small space Pilates. And the great thing about Kat is that she is a try before you buy kind of girl. And Kat offers a free week of small space Pilates for you to try out before you commit to it. So if you go to Kat's website, which is smallspacepilates.com, and then at the top here where it says SS Pilates, if you click there, that will take you to her, what she affectionately calls the Yacht Club. And you'll find some information here about the Yacht Club, some information about Kat. If you are ready to commit right away, you can click the purple button right here that says, I'm ready, sign me up now. But if you are like Kat and you are a try before you buy kind of person, then here is where you can sign up for the complimentary week. It's the second purple button. And then you can try it out and see if it's for you.
Yeah. What I love is here right on GME, you get some teasers on how Kat is with her stretches and exercises. And then you get that free week with her and jump right on in for a better wellness and movement, life, fullness ahead of you. Yeah.
And you know, Jill, after you are all stretched out, you might want to take a break and curl up with your favorite book. So one thing we are going to do is, I hope this plays proper. Okay, perfect.
Beautiful.
So do you remember getting a book you have been dying to read as a gift?
Yes.
Well, in Surprise and Delight Marketing with Donna Bender, Donna shares much wisdom on how you can make your clients think about you all year round. One of Donna's secret weapons is focusing on the holidays that take place throughout the year and not just the major ones that occur towards the end of the year. So I can't wait to see how Donna incorporates Read a Book Day into this strategy.
Thanks, Kim. This is Donna Bender coming to you today as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Today's Surprise and Delight Marketing segment is on another wacky holiday. It is Read a Book Day. So I've chosen to read my book, The Art of Giveology, which is my passion around the power of giving in business and in life. But wait, I have fellow masterminders and friends who've also written books. We have Yvonne Marchese, In Full Bloom, and it's a guide to aging playfully with her photographs. And we have Linda Bonney. This is one of a trilogy of books that Linda has taken her podcasts and interviews and put them together in books. I think she's on her fourth one now. We have Mama Outspoken by Jill Olish. Jill had a baby during COVID, and she shares her struggles with other moms and her journey to help find their voices like she did. And we have Be Findable online with Denise Millet. And if people can't find you, they can't do business with you. And Denise helps entrepreneurs and small businesses get found online. We have The Money Barista by Carrie Zarb, who Carrie shows how simple it can be to get your finances in control, and she does it in such a fun way with coffee. And then we have a compilation book by Holly Taunton with two other masterminders and myself, the king of interviews, Adam Rothenberg, and the freaking fabulous Cat Corchado. So remember, whether you're a givologist like me or just a book lover in search of your next read, today's the perfect day to dive in. Let's celebrate the joy of reading and the incredible minds that we went behind these masterminders and masterpieces. Remember, a book is a gift that keeps on giving. So which one will you unwrap today? Back to you at the GME studio.
Oh my gosh. I love what Donna has to say and how she incorporates Read a Book Day into gift giving. Because, Jill, do you have a favorite book that you have read over and over again?
I have one, yeah.
Yes, me too. And I think it's such a great idea to, especially if you know what your client likes to read, to be able to give them a book. I mean, the suggestions that Donna made with all of our books is incredible because they're all great reads.
Definitely.
Well.
She does a fantastic job of wrapping in these wonderful holidays and ways to share them with the people who matter to you in your business, and making it even more special to highlight them as they are your clients or employees or team members, whatever they might be to you. And she does a fantastic job on doing that in her big show and tell on her YouTube channel.
Yes, every month Donna does the big show and tell at Donna Bender Giving. So if you go to YouTube, search at Donna Bender Giving, make sure you subscribe so you get the announcements that the show is happening. But it happens the last Tuesday of every month, and September's is coming up on September 30th at 1 p.m. Central Time. So you want to make sure you tune in, because Donna shows you how to get big marketing results from your strategy of gift giving.
And she makes it fun and entertaining, not just educational. Makes it easy to understand, especially with all the characters she brings in.
Yes, it is edutainment, as Donna likes to say. And you know, Jill, we post a lot of, we post a variety of blogs on the My Sexy Business website. And this is one actually from 2023 that ties into today's theme of delegation, that I feel like would be a great one for you to check out. This is 4 delegation skills to help your business grow faster. So if you go to the My Sexy Business website and you go to our blog, you can search for this title, or you can search delegation and you can find the blog post and read it there. So you can then get the superpower of delegation.
Yeah. And one of the things that we actually delegate on the team, as Kim has mentioned before, is our blogs. We have an amazing team member, Amy Stevenson, that does our blogs for us. And Kim has done an amazing job giving her those instructions to make it one of our superpowers. That Amy does an amazing job producing these blog posts usually from our podcast episodes to deliver these messages in just a different way. So if you are a reader versus a listener, head over to that blog post. Definitely, like you said, Adam.
Yes. And you are tuning in to Good Morning Entrepreneurs. We are so glad you are with us this morning for show number 124. And today's theme is Delegation is a Superpower. And we want to remind everybody to let you know that you can connect with all of the roving reporters you see here on Good Morning Entrepreneurs by going to our website. Am I sharing our site? I am. Okay, great. So if you go to our website and scroll down to the GME tile, you can click on the GME tile, and that will take you to the Good Morning Entrepreneurs page. And you can scroll down, you can watch past shows, and then at the bottom, you'll see the second big red button, the Roving Reporter directory. When you click on the Roving Reporter directory, it will take you to the directory, and we all have a connect with button that you can click on to connect with us. So if there's somebody that resonates with you on here and you want to connect with us further, by all means, go to the Roving Reporter directory to do that. And don't forget as well to subscribe to our YouTube channel at My Sexy Business Team, where you'll be notified. If you subscribe, you'll be notified of all of our upcoming events that we are streaming, including Good Morning Entrepreneurs, the pop-up rooms for Website Royalty, and all the other events we host.
Yes. So if you are watching right now, that little subscribe button is going to be right next to the My Sexy Business name, right below your video. So make sure you hit it if you haven't already.
Right there. Yes.
Love it.
Well, Jill, one of the other things I love about Good Morning Entrepreneurs is, like we say at the beginning, this is a show for entrepreneurs by entrepreneurs, and we get a lot of questions from our viewers. And this week's question that we have is, how do I start building a team for my business?
Oh, what a great question for Kim to answer if she were here. Oh man, thank you, Adam, for bringing this question up for us to talk about as team members. I think one of the ways that I'm going to flip the script on this. Instead of answering as if I were hiring a team, as how I would want to join a team, because I think that's very much where we want to be a part of a team. So if we're thinking, how would we want to be a part of someone else's team? That's how I would want to build my own team. And so I think starting with ourselves as business owners and what it is that we're needing help in is one of the ways that I would want to start to pull in people to help me in that way. So where am I really good at in business, but where am I not so great in business that I need to get better at, so I can have someone help me when I have been able to move past that and getting it really well done. So that's kind of where I have my thoughts on that piece. Adam, what do you have?
I'm in a similar situation. I have yet to start building a paid team for my business, but I do feel I have a lot of people who do help me behind the scenes. And for me, building a team does involve finding the right people, finding your right people to join you, to help you grow your business. So one example of people on my team is the My Sexy Business community, because they often help me get answers to my questions that I have. And we're very lucky that we have dedicated spaces where we can ask questions. So I do feel like the community is part of my team. And the other person who I feel like is part of my team is Angelo, because I often ask him for feedback on my designs. And sometimes I ask him before I ask the community, or if it's at an hour where I know we're not going to be together, of course, I'm gonna ask him first to get his feedback. So there are people in your life, I feel like, that can be part of your team, and it doesn't have to be paid. They're just willing to help you so you can get the feedback that you're looking for.
You bring up some good points there, Adam. I think definitely people that we're trusting, that we know will give us good feedback because they want to see us grow, as well as the people that have and hold accountability with us, the people that will make sure we're showing up when we say we're supposed to show up.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, Adam.
Yes.
I think I have to talk about you for a minute now. My partner in crime here. Well, I am excited for your segment today. We're going to learn a little bit more about getting knocked down in business, because Adam, you have experience with someone who you were bringing to the show today to talk about their experience in the entertainment industry. So let's head into our entrepreneurs and entertainment segment with Adam.
Thanks, Kim. It's Adam, and I'm not back in my closet. For today's Entrepreneurs and Entertainment segment, I wanted to share a clip from my recent 2025 interview with 3-time Emmy Award winner Katie McLean. Katie is the first woman to win 3 Daytime Emmy Awards for playing 3 different roles on 3 different networks for 3 different shows. And in this particular clip, I think what Katie had to say about not letting the business get to you is something that all business owners can relate to.
I just think if anything, I'd say I'm just trying to stand for something as an artist within this crazy business of show, and to hang on to that resiliency and not let the BS, knock me down or take precedence. And I think that needing to be seen can knock you down. And it's a little different than wanting to be seen.
And that is today's Entrepreneurs in Entertainment segment. It's back to you in the GME studio.
That's a great message that Katie was able to bring in for us to hear today. Thank you for delivering that, Adam. And I think you do a fantastic job at that needing versus wanting to be seen with your entertainment platform. I remember when you first started it out and you were very hesitant about some of the pieces on there. And then as you learned a lot of the little ins and outs of how to make you more findable online, especially with Denise's help and the community's help, those people that you are considering as part of your team, you have now 2.3 million visitors that have visited your site. This is exciting. So it's callmeadam.com, and you can head over to the interviews tab at the very top in his navigation menu. Click on there, and you will be brought to the enormous list of interviews that Adam has done with tons of different kinds of celebrities. Katie's interview is on here, and you've interviewed her, I believe, a few different times. So look for this new one on the first page to get more about what she said about getting knocked down in business. But yeah, Adam, you have a fantastic array of information here from some pretty impressive people. I know I'm always just in awe of who you do know, who you've got to talk to, and who you can share with us.
Well, thank you, Jill. I appreciate that. And speaking of entrepreneurs in entertainment, every time Kat Corchado talks about getting over the wall in the military, I think of Debbie Gibson's song, Over the Wall, because in it, Debbie sings, "Over the wall, there is a new beginning." And I couldn't help but wonder, was Debbie Gibson in the military with Kat? But because Debbie's song epitomizes what Kat talks about in today's Military Minute, which is the difference between how most people think and how the military trains you to think. So let's take a look at Military Minute, which is sponsored by the Sisters in Service podcast, and of course, its host, Kat Corchado.
What is the difference between how most people think and how military think?
From the very beginning in camp, we are taught to not think singularly. We're taught to work together as a group, or together 1 or 2 people, or the whole thing is about mission driven. What is the mission? I think the military actually taught me how to survive, not just in that environment, but to survive up here, to use my brain. What's around me? What do I need? What do I have? And then to go from there. I've used the wall as an example, where a lot of people think I don't have any options. The military says, what kind of options do you have? What's available to me? Can I do this? A, nope, that's not available. B, nope, that's not available. C, maybe that's an option. Let's try that. So it gives you this do not give up type of mentality. Don't just, oh, wow, okay, I can't do that. I can't climb that wall. Well, if there was a lion running after you, I bet you'd find a way to climb that wall.
Yes, I would. Love it, yeah.
Kat brings up so many great points in that clip.
Definitely. And things I think that we can all apply to our business as well. So I know I have some to take home with me today.
Definitely. And I actually think I need to start thinking more like Kat and Debbie about getting over the wall, because there are so many aspects of entrepreneurship and being a business owner that I love, but pausing for sharing the screen and dramatic effect. But there are also aspects of the business that I am not very fond of. And for a while, I felt bad about not liking every aspect of my business. And I thought I was the only one. But then I discovered Mama Entrepreneurs with Jill Olish, who asks, is it okay to hate parts of my business?
Thanks, Kim. Is it okay to hate parts of entrepreneurship even when things are going right, like in the right direction? I think so. I think a lot of times entrepreneurs aren't talking about those discomforts of building a business. Things can be set up well, our systems working right, our processes, all going great. You can delegate. But sometimes we just aren't feeling it. And that's okay. You know why? It's because entrepreneurship asks for our whole heart. And that is a lot. That's a lot out of us. We have to protect ourselves, guard ourselves, and our melty, as we like to say in my sexy business community. But also, we get to celebrate all of the good things, but we're just not wanting to celebrate the fact that we had a hard night because we weren't sure if we were doing what we were called to be doing, or that things were just kind of feeling iffy and you're not really sure if people are seeing you. And we don't talk a lot about those things. There are spaces too. That's why I love that in the Fierce Entrepreneurs Summit in April, we were able to talk about those behind the scene things that we don't talk much about, because I finally felt not alone. And I think that's important for us entrepreneurs, to find community where we don't feel alone, even when we are experiencing the hard things. Back to you in the GME studio.
I love, Jill, how vulnerable and open you are about those behind the scene things that happen. And I have to say, it is because of you that I feel less alone when I have those days where I get frustrated, or I just want to throw something out the window. And I think about you, and that I'm not the only one going through that. So for as much as we love what we do and we can't wait to get to work, we do have those days where it's challenging.
Definitely. I'm glad we have a space to talk about it. And hopefully everyone listening in and watching today is feeling somewhat the same, that finally not feeling too alone, and get to feel a little bit less of that heavy that we have to like every part of a business.
Yes. And one other place, Jill, that you're very vulnerable is on your podcast, Mama Outspoken, that you host with your husband, Bobby.
Yes. Yeah, we tell it all. We tell our struggles there for sure.
Yes.
We don't, and we do love about parenting.
So you can listen to Mama Outspoken podcast on your favorite podcatcher, everywhere you get your podcast, and you'll get to hear the stories behind the scenes of what Jill and Bobby go through in the world of parenting. And you also talk about your healing from postpartum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so there's so much great information on your podcast that people can tune in and listen to and get a real life perspective as to what's happening through all the seasons. So I just want to recommend everybody to go listen to your podcast.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And another podcast that you can listen to is one that Jill and Kim host called Buckets and Boom Gates. And on the Buckets and Boom Gates podcast, they talk about things that go on behind the scenes in business. And there's several episodes in season 2 where they talk about a lot of the topics that we discuss here on GME, including there's a dedicated series in season 2 called the Team Series. So there are episodes that tie into today's theme of delegation as a superpower. And it also talks about there's also in the Team Series relating to the question of the week of how do you build a team. There's an episode where you and Kim talk about that as well. So you can listen to these episodes on your favorite podcatcher or on the My Sexy Business website. I think it was like 3 or 4 episodes in the Team Series.
Yes, there are.
So you can start with episode 72, which is how do I start building a team for my business, which fits in perfectly to today's show. And you can go from there and listen to the other episodes as well.
Yes, it's a good one. And Kim and I actually did some of the old ones over again with that topic. So definitely go listen for the Team Series, because you'll get some really good information, especially if you've never hired a team before. But yeah, it's a good perspective.
And another good perspective is Princess Speak, which is sponsored by the My Sexy Business team and community. Princess Speak is the simple business language for entrepreneurs and business owners that our community uses on the daily. So let's head into this segment now, and we're going to talk about a fun phrase today.
We have to bring our
So
friends up.
today's theme, we do, yes. Today's phrase is team versus posse.
Oh, fantastic. Well, let's start with what is a team versus the posse. And I love how Kim explained this to me way back when we talked about this a couple years ago. But she asked, are you hiring people that will help you move the needle in your business? Or are you hiring people who are there to hang out with you? And I took that to heart, because it's great to have a team that you connect with, that you get to hang out with. But once that accountability that your team is supposed to hold with each other is gone, all of a sudden you now have a posse, because they're just there to hang out with you. And she asks this question of, are you paying them to get the needle moved, or are you paying them to be your friend? And I thought that was really powerful to figure out, do I have a posse or do I have a team?
I love that explanation and differentiation between the two. I would say, to me, a team are those that help you with the business side of things, and a posse are those that help you promote your content by commenting on your posts or sharing it with their friends, family, and followers. For example, I'm going to stick with the Debbie Gibson reference. So I am a proud Deb head. So I would consider myself part of Debbie Gibson's posse, because I'm out there sharing her posts on social media or through my own posts, talking about what she has going on. So I'm helping her get the word out for everything she has happening. So I feel like that would make me part of her posse.
I like that, Adam, because I think this can be, like we all want both. We want to have a team that's working for us, to helping us move forward, but we also want the friends and the community and the, people that we like to hang out with. But we have to be really careful that we don't expect the wrong things from the wrong people and set ourselves up for not doing what we need. So it's hard, because there are some people that you love to spend time with and you'd love to spend all day with, but we actually get a lot done. It's not always the case, right? So we all know that, but it's hard to separate at times. And you can have a posse to support you in an effort that's, like your hype group and everything, if you have writing a book or whatever thing that you can do. But in general, you really need to pick who you spend your time with, more importantly, I think, than, that kind of thing.
That's great.
I have a question, because I consider you guys part of my team. We're part of each other's team, but I also hang out with you guys. So are you part of my posse too? Can they be one and the same? I'm just asking the question for a friend. I think when I think of team, I go right to sports, especially, say basketball. Everyone on the court has a job to do. for a single purpose. Your mission is to win the game. When I think of posse, I think of partying, the people that you hang out with and have a good time. But I also wanted to put a different spin on it. Sometimes someone in your posse says, oh, I can help you with your website. And then you hire them and it's not necessarily a good fit. So you want someone who's going to show up for you, someone, you don't want to be in a situation where you've hired someone from your posse to do a job on your website and they're like, oh, I forgot, can we just do it tomorrow? Or you don't want that to happen. So I think that your team can be your posse and your posse can be your team, but in certain situations. And in this situation, I consider you guys both. So I'm just gonna park my car right there.
I love that, Kat. I think another thing that I've heard Kim mention, especially around the conversation of this Buckets and Boom Gates podcast episode back in episode number 16 that she recorded with Carrie Zarb, was, who's hanging around the water cooler with you. And, you have the water cooler group, that's the posse that, let's just go meet there and talk the day away, versus those who are working on the team project together, where you're all heads down and actually getting the work done together.
I feel like that's what also Denise was saying about being careful who you choose to be on your team versus your posse, because if you choose somebody to be on your team, but then you spend 4 hours chit-chatting about your day or the latest TV show, maybe that's not the best person to have on your team, because then you don't get any work done. Or like Kat was saying with the website, oh, we've now gabbed our work session away and we didn't get anything done. Oh, look at the time, I gotta go. Oh, well, we'll just get your work done tomorrow. Is probably not the best choice to have on your team.
Yeah.
It is a fine line, because we are solitary beings as entrepreneurs, business owners. We have our families, we have our friends, but we're working on a huge task by ourselves most of the time. So it's really comfortable to have other people to talk about that journey, but it's like you can kvetch only so much time before you start losing traction, So it's interesting, even at my age, to put this, on myself, just like, all right, keep it in check. You love these people, you love everybody you spend time with, but you really have to get stuff done too. And so that's interesting challenge for everybody, no matter how old you are.
I like to think of my husband as part of my team and my posse, because he's part of my team as in support and he's always there for me, but he's also part of my posse because we hang out together. So another example, folks, just putting it out there.
Yeah. Kat, I have a question for you. Did you get answers for your friend that you were asking the question for at the beginning of Princess Speak?
Yes, thank you.
And is your
relay
friend
that information?
And is your friend part of your team or your posse?
Yes.
Well, thank you guys for all your input on team and posse here, and watchers and listeners. If this has you thinking more about those on your team, or if they're on your posse, you're not alone, obviously, because we're all questioning it too. There's some really great info on the Buckets and Boom Gates podcast. Look for the Growing Your Business series and the Team series, as Adam mentioned earlier, to get some more info and help you make decisions in your entrepreneurial adventure. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you hit subscribe on our YouTube channel, My Sexy Business Team. And so that way we can see you next week right here. And as Kim always says, love y'all.
Join us next Friday at 7 a.m. Central. This is the team signing off for Good Morning Entrepreneurs.